good evening. Scott from Scott's Outdoor Excursions. I'm about a little under 6 weeks out from the start of my AT thru hike attempt, and I thought I'd do a little review of what I'm going to be carrying on my upcoming thru hike on the Appalachian Trail. A few days ago, I did a overview of my sleep system, so the Dutch Gear chameleon hammock. I had the 20-degree underquilt on there, and after that night out in the cold temperatures, I elected that I will purchase a 0-degree underquilt. I got pretty cold and ended up having to bail out of the hammock earlier than what I would have liked to have. So yeah, the 0-degree underquilt should be here in short order, and I'll be able to give that a try before I actually get out on trail. So I included the rest of my sleep system in that. Today I'll go through my pack and then everything I'm going to be carrying with me or wearing on the trail. So for a pack, I'm carrying the Z Packs Arcall 60 liter. I've added on a upper side pocket, which is convenient for carrying water filtration kit, poop kit, things like that. Also on the front, I have a Garage Grown Gear phone case, which is very convenient for having the phone close by in the front. And then on the other shoulder strap, I have an earlier version of the Z Packs water bottle holder, and I've found a way to keep that fastened onto this this pack. I carry an extra soft shackle and a couple extra soft shackles just in case I want to hang my pack up rather than carrying a heavy carabiner. Soft shackles don't weigh hardly anything. I've also got the hip belt pockets, one on each side, and in there I'll carry things that I need readily available to me, such as first aid kit, and other things that I keep medications. One side I keep all my medications in, so whether they're prescription or pain relievers, I carry all that in one side, and the other side I keep things I need handy, such as a knife and other things like that. Inside the pack, I just have a Nala Flume pack liner. I've learned that this pack is not watertight, so having the Nala Flume has certainly helped me keep my gear dry. Clipped on the outside of the pack, I have a Micr towel, very handy for if you need a towel to dry your hands, or if you happen to have an opportunity to get a shower somewhere along the trail, a way to dry off. Additionally, I have a thermometer that records minimum temperature for the day and maximum temperature of the day. That'll be clipped on the outside of my pack as well. Also on the outside of my pack, I'll be carrying my rain gear. So my raincoat served me fairly well on a recent hike on the Foothills Trail. It's just a North Face rain jacket. It's got the under pit zips. Seems to work fairly well. And then I've got a set of Marmot rain pants that I'll be wearing, and again, those will be stored also in the front pocket on the outside of my pack. The start of the hike going to be pretty cold, I'm sure. So I've got 2 pairs of gloves. The other pair is currently not up here, but I've got these gloves that I got from REI. They've got a glove, and then they got a wind protector, like a mitten on the outside of them. Not really waterproof. Neither pair of gloves that I have are waterproof. So something that I'm contemplating is getting a waterproof shell to wear over top of my gloves in the event of rain. On the outside front pocket, I'll be carrying my hammock straps. So I showed these the other day, the Beetle Buckle suspension hammock straps, 12-foot straps. And I'll also carry my tent pegs. So I've got 6 tent pegs in there with lines on there for my tarp. And additionally, I lay ground cloth underneath my hammock. It's convenient for putting your pack on, keeping it dry. A place to put all your stuff when you're not able to store it within the hammock. Beanie, so whenever you're in the hammock sleeping, beanie comes in handy, or if you're out walking on the trail and it's really cold and windy, a beanie certainly can can keep you kind of warm. So one thing I've learned from many videos and things I've read is, foot care is really important. I found that I really like the Injinji toe sock liners and the Darn Tough socks. I've got one pair of very heavy Darn Tough socks and then two medium weight pairs of Darn Tough socks. And then at night when I'm sleeping, I've got a pair of Paca socks that I'll be wearing. They're quite warm. For a mid layer, I've got the Senchi quarter zip mid layer. This thing is as light as anything, but it really does do a great job keeping you warm when you're on the trail. I'll be wearing that in between my base layer and probably my raincoat most of the time if it's really cold out. Also with my pack, I went ahead and purchased the Z-Packs Fupa, so it's a front utility pocket. You're supposed to be able to buckle the pack belt straps into this and use it attached to your pack. After trying that on a foothills trail and realizing that with this on my pack I'm not able to tighten my belt up as tight as I'd like to, I went ahead and just started using the belt that comes with it. So they also provide a strap that serves as a belt. And in here I'll be carrying things like hand warmers, snacks, things that you might want at a quick notice. Also, there's a pocket on the back that you can slide your cell phone into if you want to, or you can carry your cell phone inside it. It's not waterproof, but it is water resistant, so anything like electronics that you'd want to carry in there, you would want to put it inside of a plastic bag. I mentioned on my that I would be carrying a small tarp, so this little DAC out tarp is something I picked up. It's just a little 2x4 tarp, 2 foot by 4 foot. It's convenient. It's got a little corner stake outside it, so you can actually use a couple stakes or sticks to hold it in place and set your gear on underneath the hammock. So for a puffy jacket, I'm using the Enlightened Equipment Torrid jacket, full zip. This thing is very warm. I used it recently on a hike, and also the other night when I slept in my hammock overnight, I put this on, and it kept me pretty warm. But like I said, with the 20-degree quilt and the temperatures went down below there, I got pretty chilled even with this jacket on. So I believe I'm going to, like I said, go ahead and get a 0-degree quilt. But I really like this jacket. I like the way that it's got the hood stays on it. It also has a set of lines inside the coat that you can tighten up the waist and cinch them up to keep the wind from blowing up inside the jacket. Actually, those are inside the pockets, so you can pull them up from inside the pocket and snug them up. Been hiking in these cool KUHL convertible pants for over a year now, and I really like these pants. They're convenient. You can zip the legs off if you prefer to wear shorts. Most of the time I wear them with the legs on, but on warmer days, you have that option. And then, so for a shirt, I've got the Paca shirt for a base layer. I wore this on the foothills trail. It served me really well there. I was able to hike in just basically the base layer, didn't have to wear my jacket, so a very warm and soft base layer shirt. For cooking, I'll be boiling water primarily and using dehydrated meals. I've got the Jet Boil Mini Mo, so I've used this thing on quite a few hikes so far, and I really like it. It heats the water up very quickly. And really, everything that comes with it's very handy. So it's got a base in here that you actually clip your fuel tank into, that base, and it keeps it from tipping. I like the fact that it's got this extra lid here that you can actually set your food in while it's rehydrating. So yeah, it's convenient to have. For drinking cup, I have this collapsible drinking cup that I've been using for a few years now. Can't remember who makes it. I think it's Sea to Summit. Anyway, I like it because it's got graduated lines on the inside. They're kind of hard to see, but I've used it enough that I know where each one of the markings are. So, different rehydration requires different amounts of water, and then it also serves as my coffee cup. And for eating utensil, I have the Omnipresent Tokes Titanium Smooth Bowl Spoon. Use this quite a bit, and I like it better than a spork. I think it does just as good a job, if not better. And with me starting out in February, I will be carrying these micro spikes, so that's nearly a pound of extra weight, but thanks to my friend Bandit, who let me borrow his micro spikes, I'm not having to purchase a set of these, but I will have them in case I need them. Be very beneficial. He said he had to use them, I think, 3 times, and he started right around the same time in 2024 as I'll be starting in 2025, mid-February. To sleep in, I've got some long underwear, so 32-degree heat merino wool long underwear, tops and bottoms. I'll be using those to sleep in. And then for hygiene, I've also got a personal hygiene, just a washcloth, face cloth, if you will. Be able to scrub up, clean up with a little bit of soap and water, Dr. Bronner's and some water. For a belt with my pants, I've got this web belt. Kind of reminds me of my Navy days when we used web belts, but this one's not cotton like the Navy ones were. It's a nylon, so it should stay dry. And the buckle's a little different style than what we had in the Navy, but I've used this on the Foothills Trail and it worked really well, so be using that. For underwear, the Ex Officio underwear, I found that these, of all the different ones I've tried, seem to work the best, so I'll have one pair to wear and a clean pair to swap out into. For hydration, I'll be using the Sawyer Squeeze for filtering my water. I also have Aqua Tabs as a backup. They're in my personal health kit that I have. I'll be using the Knock Vecto X 2-liter bag. Really like this thing. I've used the Knox for a while now. I just recently purchased this Vecto X because it has a higher temperature range, so in the event of a severely cold night, I could actually boil water and put hot water in here. It's good up to 212 degrees. So if I had some water in there and mixed it with some boiling water, I'd be able to take that, put it inside my hammock with me, and be able to stay, somewhat a little bit warmer for a period of time. So anyway, I also have a soft shackle on here. I find that sometimes it's nice to just hang this up with this threaded onto the filter, and then a water bottle threaded on the bottom of it. It can sit there and just trickle filter, or you can squeeze it down and filter quicker. And the nylon bag, that mesh bag that it goes into. So that resides on the outside of the pack typically. Just the other night when I slept out in the below freezing temperatures, I had forgotten that I had my other Sawyer in my bag and did not take it into the hammock with me. So lesson learned, I ruined the Sawyer before I even got on trail. So yeah, I'm gonna be making sure that this thing goes to bed with me every night whenever temperatures are gonna be cold. Also, in that kit, I keep a extra 28 millimeter water bottle cap. Past experience, you lose one of those and you don't have a spare, your water's sloshing all over the place. So it doesn't hurt to carry an extra one. It's not very much weight at all, maybe a couple grams, but if you do happen to drop one, having a backup is very convenient. When I purchased the Vecto X, they had a sale over Thanksgiving. If you buy one device, they would include a second device. I went ahead and selected this 1 liter 32 fluid ounce Vesca collapsible water bottle. I've never tried this before, so I'm going to give it a try, see how it works. If it doesn't work, I'll be shipping it back home, but it seems like it'd be convenient. Carry one 1 liter smart water bottle, and then carry this as a backup for times when I might need to have additional water, filtered water to carry. So I have an AT buff that is convenient for hot and cold weather. So you can wear this around your neck, you can wear it on your head. Yeah, it's just a handy thing to have. So I'll be carrying this with me as well. So next is my emergency kit. In here, I've got some Leuco tape wrapped around a tongue depressor, a few Band-Aids, some a thermal blanket, emergency thermal blanket, and I got glass cleaning cloth, some chapstick, regular plain chapstick, which not only serves for protecting your lips, but in the event of chafing, it can be used to help alleviate any kind of chafing issues. Also in here, I have some first aid gels, hand sanitizer, hydrocortisone cream, some BioFreeze pain relieving gel, cool gel, topical cool gel, burn gel. In the event something happened, burn gel is convenient, and some more hand sanitizer, and a few small Band-Aids. But I think primarily, if something were to happen, I would be using the Leuco tape, for treating blisters or hot spots on my feet, and possibly small cuts. I have another bag I'm carrying, what I call it's kind of a mixed bag of items. So, fingernail clippers, definitely something you're going to need. Earplugs, in case of the event of having to sleep inside of a shelter. Extra O-rings for the Sawyer squeeze. A ball for rolling out cramps and muscles, rolling out sore muscles. Some tenacious tape, some mini patches of tenacious tape in case I get a hole in my quilt. You can use the tenacious tape or in the hammock to seal them up. Some Dr. Bronner's soap. And then, with the fact that I'm doing a hammock, I've got an extra 8-inch loop, continuous loop for my hammock in case something were to happen to one of my continuous loops, if they get frayed or unusable. I've got an extra one that I can go ahead and swap out on the end of my hammock. So for a knife, I've got this Gerber utility knife. It's a little heavy. I've got a small Swiss Army knife. I've read where a lot of people say you really don't need much of a knife. This has got some convenient items on here. It has scissors, it has a knife blade. It actually has a hook for pulling stuck tent pegs, but I don't think that I would need that for anything. So I'm debating on whether I'll carry this or something else. I've got all the weights for all of my equipment posted on Lighter Pack online, and that is attached to my YouTube channel. So, if you're wondering what anything weighs or what my base weight is, I've updated with everything that I'm going to be carrying or wearing on the AT. I've got a drawstring clothes bag that I'm using to keep my sleep clothes in when they're in my pack. And then when I set up my hammock at night and I put on the sleep clothes, I'll take off my daytime clothes and I'll put them inside this bag and put it in the hammock with me. I find that it's convenient to have that in the hammock, so in the morning when I get dressed, the clothes aren't icy cold, they're warm from my body heat. And I just turn the bag inside out when I have the dirty clothes in there, and when I have the clean clothes on there, I turn it back right side out and put the clean clothes inside. So for electronics, I'm using these little Sea to Summit 4-liter ultralight bags just to keep all my stuff contained in. Even with that, they're not a true dry bag, so I'm keeping my electronics in a separate plastic bag inside that bag. The smaller blue bag just makes it more convenient to find everything when it's in my pack. So for battery, I'm using the Anchor 20 milliamp hour battery. I used this on the Foothills Trail. After 3 days, I still had 80% battery, and that was after recharging my Garmin InReach Mini and my phone a couple times. So very convenient. It charges up with the multi-plug that I purchased, which is also an anchor plug. It's the GAN Prime. When I plugged this 20,000 milliamp hour battery pack into it, from a 0 charge point to fully charged, it took me just under 2 hours to fully charge the battery pack. So I think that's very beneficial to be able to recharge fairly quickly. Got a couple cords in here, so just a regular USB-C cord. I've got my Garmin InReach Mini. Won't travel without it. This thing is convenient. Certainly see where there's a lot of benefit in carrying that. And then for headlamp, I have the Nightcore NU25 USB-C rechargeable headlamp. And then I wear a Garmin watch, and I use the Garmin, this cord is for recharging the Garmin watch. So that's it for my electronics. For times when I'll need to actually sleep in a shelter, like in the Great Smoky Mountains National Park, I'll have to be sleeping in the shelter, not using my hammock. So I've got the Nemo switchback to set up to sleep on, and not a lot of padding there, but hopefully enough to get me comfortable enough that I can sleep. And then a bear bag, so I'll be, instead of using a bear canister, I'll be doing a PCT style hang with a bear bag. Currently inside here, I've got my dental hygiene equipment, so toothbrush, toothpaste, all that stuff. I tried sticking some reflective tape on the bottom of it in past excursions where I've been out backpacking. Found that I like to get up early in the morning and have breakfast before daylight. And when you've got your food bag hanging in a tree and you're trying to find it using a headlamp, sometimes it can be kind of difficult. So having some reflective tape on there I thought would be beneficial. Still got some food left over from the Foothills Trail hike inside this bag. Also inside there is my rock kit for rock and throwing line for hanging a bag, and toothbrush, toothpaste, all those things that need to be kept inside the food bag whenever you're hanging it. And finally, my trekking poles. I'll be using the Lecky Maluku Light trekking poles. Really like these things. I think they're awesome. I've been using trekking poles ever since I got into hiking, and certainly find that they're beneficial. So that's everything that I will be packing into my pack to take on the AT or wearing. Hopefully you find this video useful. If you do, please like and subscribe. If you have any feedback for any of you that may be out there that are pass-through hikers, anything that you see that I'm missing or possibly don't really need, please feel free to leave me a comment. Thank you.